My ex-boyfriend and I broke up in June and it ended very badly. He said a lot of very mean things at the end and basically said goodbye. I honestly thought I would never see or hear from him again. I saw him at church in November and said hi. Then, randomly, after not hearing anything this whole time, a few days ago out of the blue, he sends me an email. I started to ask him some questions because I wanted to get to the bottom of why he was emailing me, and apparently he supposedly misses me and thinks that we could reconcile and possibly have a relationship again. I have no interest in this, and I honestly think he's a pretty horrible person. My question is, how can I respond in a somewhat kind way, but also be very direct and tell him that I'm not interested? Unfortunately, he has been very persistent. First of all, and I always want to put this out here to people, we don't owe anyone else anything. You could just knock that brick off your shoulder, okay? We don't owe anyone else anything. However, we don't live in a vacuum, and our actions do have some potential, I say potential, consequences for us. And so part of any time we're dealing with a relational issue, the first person you want to check in with is yourself. And it sounds like you've already done that. You've already kind of taken a peek at what you really want, and having this space from him helped you have some time to think about the relationship yourself and decide whether or not you want in it. And it sounds like you've done that soul seeking and you don't want in it. But it's hard to, one, not be responsive to someone you're so accustomed to being very responsive to. And so there's that piece that's really hard to not react, even though he's reacting. And so the second piece is the fact that when he says jump, that doesn't mean you have to jump, okay? So you don't have to decide what you want to do with regards to this on the same time frame as he wants an answer, okay? So I want to give you that piece of information. So you don't owe him anything, and you don't have to decide right now, because right now is when he's asking. You can always ask for more time to think about what he's proposing to you, because often in this kind of short period of time we have a lot of built up feelings around it, and we go through different stages, and I have a feeling you may still be in a little bit of that angry phase. And you want to make sure that whenever you are responding to someone, especially in something like this, you get yourself back to a place of being very calm and assertive. The third thing, as far as checking in with yourself and soul seeking, and this is what I was talking to about, you've already done a little bit of this and it sounds like you're there. You really want to check in with your own personal values. How do I believe people ought to be treated?